Hi, Bly. Hi, thank you for 5 months already. Wow, what are my bangs doing? What's wrong with me? Damn it. Jacob Sai, hey, thanks for 2 months. Oh my god. Oh, and the Kermies. Okay, genuine. I'm so sorry that I'm brushing my bangs, but they didn't look like this 5 seconds ago, and now they look strange. This is what the hat's for, right? Just fucking hide my whole face. Hi. Hi, you two. Thank you both for resubscribing. Yeah, I got dressed up. Because you know what? Because it's the end of February, and I'm still inside, and that's not fun. And so today we're gonna have a little bit of fantasy D&D escapism. And I might play games after, but for right now, we have some work to do, everybody. Bangs! I know, Dad. They're a damn nightmare. Like, what? I give up. We're gonna shave it all off. It's gone. Goodbye. Whack! Except this was a hairbrush. Don't worry. No, I'm keeping my hair. I have had people tell me throughout my life that they think that I would look good with a shaved head, and I think that they're probably right, but I am not about to try it anytime soon. Hey, Fox. I will collect the cats. We'll do a cat treat. Waiting on a COVID test to come back, so escapism sounds really swell. Hello. Yes, let us escape together. First I will attempt to summon the cats. As any good witch would. Kitties! Babies! Hey, babies! Hello? Okay. It was Agatha all along. Also, no spoilers for, what is today? Saturday? No spoilers for yesterday's WandaVision, please. I am not caught up. I am waiting until the next time my friend and I can hang out together and watch it. So no spoilers. But it was Agatha all along. So yeah, literally the last thing I have seen in WandaVision is Agatha's theme song. So anyway, going to get cats. Kitties! But I forgot that also I have to take off the hat because I have to take off, to take these off. Okay. Babies! Babies! Wait, what's happening? What's happening up here? What's happening? Oh, just a whole lot of emotes I see. Oh, good. No worries. I thought I had missed something important and I wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything. I mean, hype for the boy. Oh, Jim flashed you? Oh my god. See, they don't care about anything but their treats. They're not here for me. They're not here for you, apparently. They're just here for treats. And, you know, I just have to accept that. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this, shall we? Today, I've never done one of these before, by the way. Have never... sorry, about my cat's butthole. I'm so sorry. Anyway, I've never conducted a character building stream. Normally what happens when I character build is I just sit around my apartment and just kind of go like, I guess. And then, you know, like an hour later I have a character. But I do have a general plan for the day. I want to build 3 characters. I kind of have ideas. We'll see about like backstories and all of that stuff, but here's what I need to build today. I need to build one non-backup character, one character that I actually want to invest my time and energy into for a potential second campaign that my best friend, who is also my Monday DM, he is potentially making a second campaign in his universe, and so I will be playing in that if that happens, and so I want to make a main character for that. I also need to make a backup character for my current main character, and ideally just another backup just to have. So 3 of them. Channel points for voting? Hold on. Always go to for the Witch Doctor mask? Ooh. Yeah. Recording himself while drunk. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not drunk. I'm just me. Also here, let me do this real quick. Okay. Anyway. Sorry, and again, you all know me. I'm a little scatterbrained. Main characters do have hair, Dad. Yes. I'm keeping my hair. My hair is not going anywhere. It's staying. So let me go ahead and switch over. Here's the royalty-free YouTube video I found. Unwind Station, no copyright music. Hi, Larbles. Good to see you. So let me go ahead. Yes, main characters do have fish. Every time I play D&D as well, absolutely plastered. Makes for a great time, if not a wee bit messy. Now, I mean, look, we drink sometimes when we're playing, just like casually, you know. But anyway, also I love this. I'm all about this, that this is happening here. Okay, so let's see. What was I gonna say? All right, so the campaigns that I'm actually in, this is the main kind of campaign that we're talking about here. Hey, that brass. This is what we're working with. Is my DM's game. So we have an Aarakocra monk, who's Way of the Sun Soul. We have myself, my girl Leah, Circle of Spores Druid. My lady, my love, my life, my queen, everything about her. We'll look at her in a second. We have a Dragonborn Warlock, the Fiend. She's a black Dragonborn, by the way. Hi, Dwight. Hi, Vex! Uh-oh. Hold up. Fucking with my lighting a little bit. We have a Horizon Walker Ranger Halfling. Roscoe the Lingerer, one of my favorite characters. Also, Dwight, what are you up to? What's your energy like? Young man's. Hold on. Let me get this boy. Come here. Come here, young man's. What's going on? Also, anyway, by the way, we also have a knowledge human cleric. So that's what we're working with. So I'd be looking for somebody that could, you know, kind of fill in my druid's role and fit in with all of these people were she to die and break my heart. Wait, hold on. Anyway, Also, this is her. This is Leah, if I haven't shown you all the character sheet before. Sorry, what's going on with you? Hold on, I'm so sorry that I'm distracted by this cat, but what's going on in this young man's life? Dwight? Hello? Oh, you coming to see me? Yeah? Hello? Oh, I know what he wants. Hold on. Oh, sorry. Go in. Go in, young man. Hello? Okay, he'll figure it out. He's a smart baby. Sorry, this is now a cat stream. It's not a D&D stream anymore. He'll learn how to blanket. Tabaxi stream, indeed. Oh, okay. There he goes. I'll censor his behind. Always make your main character an identical twin, then if you need a backup character, just change the name a little. Oh my god. Why didn't I do that before? Damn it. Oh yeah, he knows how to tunnel. He's real smart. He just doesn't want to do it for himself. Because he's a spoiled little prince. And he knows it. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna stop paying so much attention to my cat, but I'll sit over here so you all can see him. If I make one of the twins have higher charisma, oh my god. Yeah, Vex, I love that. Well, and again, that's the other important thing to remember. Let me show you my original backup character. My spite backup character, if you will, after I show you all Leah. But this is who she is. She does a lot of stuff. Here's the main thing, of course, about Circle of Spores, is just symbiotic entity, which I'm at level 6. Also, my DM hands out inspiration like candy, and I love him for it, because sometimes we need it. Dad, congratulations on wasting points. Great, good job. Anyway, yeah, so I get 24 temporary hit points, which I do have my spores active right now. We're in a dungeon, and we're actually about to be fighting, I believe, our shadows. We went through a dark room in this dungeon we're in, and we felt something like touch us kind of sensually. And then when we left the room, I think it was my perception check, but we noticed that we didn't have shadows anymore. So, anyway, we've progressed through the dungeon a little bit more, and they just appeared in front of us. Very spooky. I haven't even made a druid, all these characters and no druid. And here's the thing that I was gonna say real quick that I like about Circle of Spores in particular, is that I don't have to worry about shapeshifting into a different animal. Ever. I have that ability. I don't use it. I only use it for my spores because, again, 24 temporary hit points, double damage dice for my Halo of Spores damage, which I'll show you in a second, and deal 1d6 additional necrotic damage when you hit with a melee weapon attack. These all last for 10 minutes or until you lose these temporary hit points or until you use your wild shape again. Hi, Ruin, thank you. I could be a Bager. I know, I could be a Bager. But I want to be a fungus. I just want to be a fungus. So anyway. Like, I can also, like, do some other stuff, too. Wild shape. Hi. Oh, hello. Hello, beautiful. Oh, is this a turf war? Are we starting a 4? One whole 4? Alright, here we go. I will have a wonderful stream. Thank you, Sage. Turf war. Bap, 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 bap. Oh, here's Dwight. Wait, before you go, Sage, before you go. Here's a precious man's, for you. Hi, everybody. We're not multi-classing, we're just making new characters, but for those of you who, don't know me, hi, Sage, I love you. I'm Jordan. I'm an actor and streamer in Los Angeles. This is my cat, Dwight. He loves you too, even though he looks like he's not very happy to be here. And we're building some D&D characters today. So stick around, hang out, have some fun. And bye, Dwight. There we go. So I was just going over my main character, the love of my life, my Circle of Spores, Wood Elf Druid. Dwight can do a fist bump even, that's very true. But only when he has treats. Actually, just for the raid. I swear we're gonna do D&D things at some point. Sage, thank you so much. Dwight, come here. Come here. Do it. No. Here. Up. Okay, and now fist bump. Good enough. Good enough. Yes, I'm going to show them the cat tricks, Ruin. Of course. It's the coolest thing about this entire channel is the cat tricks. Oh. He is a sweet boy. Is very good bean. Any hoot. I'll just continue sitting over here. You won't see me at all. We'll just watch the cat. But I was going through, so basically though, when I use my Circle of Spores and my Shillelagh, I just do redonkulous damage. Because I do 1d8 plus 3. Then I do, what is this? Another d6 on top of that. It's crazy. It's crazy damage. And I have all the temporary HP in the world. I am the champion, my friends. I'll keep on fighting till the end. Long after our Cleric is down. Long after our Dragonborn is down. It's me. It's me. Jacob Sight, Jordan in real life, actor and cat mother, Jordan in D&D, Shroom. It's true. I'm a fungus. And here, also, I'll just go through my spells real quick, just real quick, and then we'll get on to the rest of this. So, cantrips, Chill Touch, Poison Spray, Produce Flame, Shillelagh, Thorn Whip, Charm Person, Detect Magic, Good Berry, Healing Word, Long Strider, Speak with Animals, Thunderwave for spell slots 1. I also get some cool stuff like just getting to use Pass Without Trace once per, I think it's long rest, because some of the stuff that I've taken. Does my new character need a tank then? Maybe. That might be part of the problem, is I might have to find a character for this particular setting that could fill like a... But what else is going to be a tank? Oh. No, am I going to have to play a Paladin? Oh, we'll think about it. But there is a very deep, like, religious system in this game. Or a Barbarian. I know, but I don't want to play because they're not, I don't know, they're not fun. Here's the thing. I have... Wait. Turtles naturally get 17 AC from level 1. Oh, that's pretty special. Hold on, please. Do you need help, young mans? Come here. Yeah? Wanna go in? Oh, okay. Well. Oh no, I scared him. I'm so sorry. Here, baby. Okay, come here. Go in. There we go. He's fine. Yeah. We'll just, we'll rename the channel to Chow Dwight. This will just be his channel. I know. Yeah, one character should be a tabaxi. I'm thinking about it. So, anyway. Now that this is done, this stream is a mess. I knew it would be a mess, but this stream is such a mess. So what I'm gonna do, because I don't think my friend set up the other like campaign file, is we're just gonna create a new character, and I have a plan here. Which also hold please. I'm gonna just do some rearranging of my own screens. I don't have a name for this character yet. But this is going to be the main character for what I'm calling, like, the secondary campaign loosely, or Dawnveil 2. This character, or sorry, I should start with the setting more specifically. So this whole world, hold please. Let me see if I can find you an image, actually. Oh, no, you know, I don't have any of them saved. Basically, this whole world takes place on, like, an eyeball planet. And it's a world, essentially, where... So, when people in D&D use, say, like, the Banish spell, but they don't necessarily have some place where they intended to banish them, like they didn't banish them to a specific plane or a specific world or realm or what have you, the planet that we're on is kind of a catch-all. Sometimes if you get banished with nowhere in mind, you end up there, and usually as a result, like, people will, you know, like, appear in the forest just half mad, and they'll either be killed by the things that live in the dark, or maybe they'll find their way to some of the cities. So that's the general concept of the world. The part about it being an eyeball planet missile is that it's built kind of structurally like an eyeball. It's tidally locked. So there's one city that's always in daylight, essentially, for the most part. There's, you know, there's a whole desert. There's a body of ocean in the middle. Oh, no, it's not a literal eyeball. No. But then there's one side that's essentially always in, you know, say, like... Sorry, I'm trying to think about cosmically how this all works, but the sun moves around it really slowly, like over a period of, say, like a century. So some areas will be in light for about, I think it's like 100 years or so, whereas others will be in darkness for essentially 100 years. And the things that live in the light, all these societies grow and they flourish, whereas in the dark, it's full of ruins and monsters and God knows what other nightmares. And he's also kind of made this a horror setting too, just a little bit. So sometimes if we witness something that's like genuinely very shocking, we can take, we roll a wisdom save. And if we accumulate enough madness points, essentially, we have to roll a D100 and then face some kind of consequence. So, and I can say this right now because I think my DM is watching a little bit, but none of our other players are, so I can say this. I currently have a condition where one of the players in our campaign, I have to be near them at all times, or all of my rolls are with disadvantage. It's a really interesting system. Oh, Phantasmagasm, I'm glad you're liking it. Yeah, he's, my friend is a screenwriter, and so he's made all of this, like, very, very, very in-depth, amazing world. Like, he built it essentially from, like, a god level down, and he's so cool. And no, Ruin, I was not banished here. I'm actually, so Leah, her character is second generation on this planet, so her grandmother was banished here. And it was her mother who taught her, like, the druidic ways, and then her mother is, to the best of Leah's knowledge, her mother is dead. Because of course, everyone in D&D's got a dead parent. Namely, a class stage 6 clinger. No, honestly, I treat her kind of like, she's kind of like Poison Ivy in personality, and True Neutral in alignment. I know I necessarily haven't gone through, like, the features and such, but, let's see, I know I took Druid Magic, Circle Spells, Chill Touch, Wild Shape, yeah, Feat, Wood Elf Magic. Oh yeah, by the way, when you get to level 6 with a Circle of Spores, you have Fungal Infestation. If a beast or humanoid that is small or medium dies within 10 feet of you, you can use your reaction to animate it as a zombie under your control with 1 hit point. So not only am I full of fungus, I can also raise the dead. It's absolutely bonkers. Like, it's just actually wild. My character became clingy. Hold on. Wait. So Finland but magical. Hold on. Sorry. I'm sorry I'm missing so much of chat. I have to look away sometimes or I'm gonna lose my focus. Like, genuinely, I'll just be like, ooh, someone said something. Ooh, someone said something. Ooh. So D&D is like Disney with dead parents? Yeah, it's basically like that. I swear, everyone has like a dead family, so they don't have to do character backsheet stuff. Yeah, Ruin, I love the electric sheets, or the electronic sheets so much. Can't spell fungus without fun. But yeah, so anyway, now that I've given you a little bit about the world, let me tell you kind of the character that I'm building. So I haven't decided on race yet. They might just be like, I don't know, like a half-elf or something innocuous. But this is for my friend's other campaign in that same world. And this campaign is going to be taking place kind of on the one ocean on the planet and the port cities around there. So it'll be a little bit nautical. It won't necessarily be a pirate campaign. But it would definitely have kind of like a seafaring vibe with maybe a little piracy. But I had this idea for this character. And it is another druid. But it's also like a non-traditional druid in the sense that you're not using your wild shape to turn into like a badger or an eagle or a wolf or what have you. It's the Circle of Wildfire Druid, I think is what it's called. So let's go take a look at that real quick. So yeah, Circle of Wildfire. So what's happening here, the druids within the Circle of Wildfire understand that destruction is sometimes the precursor of creation, such as when a forest fire promotes later growth. These druids bond with a primal spirit that harbors both destructive and creative power, allowing druids to create controlled flames that burn away one thing, but give life to another. Do you turn into fire? Not quite. So at level 2, you have formed a bond with a Wildfire Spirit, a primal being of creation and destruction. Your link with the spirit grants you access to some spells when you reach certain levels in this class, as shown on the Circle of Wildfire spells tables. Pardon me, I needed some water. So this is the class feature, essentially, is to summon a Wildfire Spirit. As an action, you can expend one use of your wild shape to summon your Wildfire Spirit rather than assuming a beast form. And you get a small little elemental that gets to attack with you. So my thing for this character is I'm thinking, again, Circle of Wildfire Druid that was recently banished to the Eyeball Planet. I can't remember if the planet has a name. I'm such a bad player. I know it has a name, but was banished to the planet, to the desert region of it. And, you know, just like half mad from the trauma of being banished to an unknown plane and unknown planet. Lord knows where you are, how you can ever get back. And I want that to maybe even be their character arc is they're along for the campaign, but ultimately they don't want to be here anymore. They want to go home. And they're going to maybe see if they can find out how. But I want them to be in the desert and have this Wildfire Spirit save them. Now, I know that my character wouldn't necessarily be able to tap into the power of this Wildfire Spirit until level 2, but I like that as a general story for the character, and then maybe somehow, like, through the help of the Wildfire Spirit, they found it to... Oh, wait, no, I remember how they're going to get out of the desert before they start the campaign. Also in the desert, on my friend's amazing world, is a crawling city populated mostly by like dwarves and goblins. Hi, Alex. But so the crawling city would be what eventually just spots my new character out in the desert, rescues her, maybe like helps rehabilitate her and drops her off at a port or wherever exactly this campaign is going to start. So yeah, so let's build this character. I'm not going to give them a name yet. I just go ahead and click all of this stuff anyway. Or I think we have the Critical Role content. I don't remember. Did my other character die? No. No, Leah is very alive and very well and very beefy at the moment because her spores are up. So she's got those 24 temporary hit points. I love her. So yeah, well, let's make a character. Do you have a gender in mind? I usually just play female, because I am Grill, and I identify most with, femmes in general. So, it's a gal. Gal pal. Filter resources. Alright. Okay, cool. Yes, we do have everything in here, because from what I remember, yeah, he bought all the books. Do you want tea pure blood? I'm not, so maybe I'll make a half elf for the next campaign or something, or I could make something weird. Sea elf. But I don't know, because what I'm also thinking is that before they came to this planet, that they would have been maybe like a typical druid. Like a, you know, a prototypical, like, I don't know, Circle of the Moon, or like Circle of the Land, or Circle of what have you, that was all like, oh, nature, plants, no iron. But then after, you know, essentially losing their mind, embraces like fire and iron and all of that stuff. Ooh, drow could be good. Drow could be good, actually. I wouldn't mind playing another drow. Hey, Phantasmagasm, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Artificer, so Artificer, I'll tell you, I actually might make another Artificer character after we do all this. Hey, Luxariel. Yeah, Ruin, I love her so much. What I was looking for is also, it was on here. Oh, yeah. I was also thinking that of kind of having a general loose redemption arc where even though they stay Circle of Wildfire, at level 5 they start getting like kind of like earthy spells again, so I'm like, ooh, maybe. I don't know. It's just a theory. A game theory. So anyway, let's build. I'll just do a half elf. Wait. Half elf drow? I could do a drow half elf? Oh, okay. So I didn't know that I could do drow half elf. Why? Yeah, why not? Why not? Whoa, okay. Okay. Wait, what is skill versatility? Hold on. Let me read all of this. Christmas score increases by 2, and 2 other ability scores of your choice increase by 1. Dark vision, of course. Fey ancestry, of course, always very handy. Languages, common, elvish, and 1 extra language of your choice. Drow magic. A half-elf with drow descent can forgo skill versatility, instead choose the drow's drow magic. You know, dancing lights cantrip, fairy fire. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take drow magic. 100%. I usually like taking racial magic because I just think it's handy. I like the extra spells. Even if I don't use them, I think it's really handy to have extra stuff like that on your character sheet. Hello, Derpy. Hi. Thank you for the follow. Did you look at sunlight thingy? Wait, what sunlight thingy? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Fox. I don't know which. My Druid Warlock character was an Eladrin, which worked well with their seasonal form. Ooh. Like in my Artificer now. Hold on. I'm scrolling back up to see if I missed something you said, Fox. I'm sorry. You know, either you lost your thought. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, but it said, no, it said it does apply to drow half elf as well. Oh, see? I think maybe I get to choose it later. We'll find out. We'll see. Oh, it's okay, Killick. Basically, we just talked about the loose setting of my friend's campaign world, and then we took a very quick little tour around Leah's character sheet, which is a super quick tour. But anyway, hello, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Welcome. So obviously I'm gonna take wisdom, but I also think I'll take strength. You know. So yeah, dark vision, fans, restricted languages. Oh no, the sunlight sensitivity, I mean, affects full drow. Oh, okay. I think he has Tasha's loaded is the thing. Oh, okay. Copy that, thank you. Because also, I'll tell you all some stuff, is the fact that I'm newer to D&D than your average bean. I've really only been playing for a couple years. Hi, Tommy Rose. Thank you for the follow. Yeah. So I definitely don't have an encyclopedic knowledge. I've really only gotten to play a few things. In fact, while we're making this character, I'll give you a quick tour of everyone else that I have. This is Narante. She's an Arcane Trickster rogue from a campaign that is not currently running. Oh, you probably had to select optional features at the start. Oh. Oh, I see. I see. Okay. We'll do that then. Thank you, Kodoroku. We have June, who's a changeling bard, which was from a game that I played with Alex Ward for one night, and that game is also now not running. I have Rakav, who is she's a berserker barbarian for a one-shot that I played because they needed someone to fill in the big lady go smash category, and so I built a big lady go smash. I should have a co-stream with other D&D nerds, and they could teach me some of the nuance of things that I don't know. Because I've learned a lot, but there is so much I don't know. Dwight is under a blanket, fungus druid, now character creation. Yes, Ruin, that's a good summation of everything that's happened so far. This is Gwenora Lighthammer. She's a life cleric, mountain dwarf, from a campaign that is also now defunct. Are you in a picture of his game that's been stolen? Wait, what? I don't understand, Ruin. Sorry. I have Methinia, who is not my character, actually. She's a Circle of the Moon half-elf, or wood half-elf druid that's from a PG Wipeouts game that he let me play as that character once. Halfling Barbarians, oh my goodness, I love that. And then also, here is my Spite character. My Spite backup character that I now don't feel like using anymore. But is Aaron Breakwind, who is a Way of the Drunken Master Air Genasi monk, who is always belligerently drunk and always very gassy. But I figured that character would be rude to put in this particular campaign. So maybe she'll exist somewhere else, but I just like that I came up with a fart monster. Oh no, Ruin, that's awful. No, I wouldn't have been in a picture of that game. This was a Zoom game that we had played way early last year. Oh, of course, PG. Of course. I know. I'm sorry I haven't been around for stuff. What on earth was I doing? Anyway. So what other things do I want this draw to have? Bonus points if you can give the gassy character some firepower somewhere. Oh my goodness. I had a halfling barbarian. You can move through everything and re-roll ones. Oh, I love that. I could see... Hey, Penguin. I could see them learning... How about maybe they pick up some Dwarvish from being rescued by the dwarves. I think that's what I'll do. Okay, Kodoroku. Here, we'll go back a little bit more. Customize your origin. There we go. Okay. I see. Alright. Replaces languages. Oh. Well, I'll keep the charisma up. Why not? That's true. No, I know. I could put it on wisdom. I could try and min-max it, but maybe they'll just be extra charismatic, you know? I'm not too concerned. Not overly trying to min-max this particular character. Hold on, next page. Alright, so. Druid. Let's see. Hold, please. gold, please. Okay, add class. Yeah, charisma's great. And I don't know what level this character would be, so we'll just go ahead and like level it to 5 for fun, because also I like ticking all of those buttons. Because it's kind of fun. And I can always like downgrade this character at another time, you know? But... Wait, hold on. You can change it to anything you want. Well, see, Ruin, some of it was they had introduced new rules to D&D to kind of make it a little more inclusive and a little less certain races are inherently evil kind of thing. Because it used to be that drow and such were like inherently evil and always hated and blah blah blah. Oh, you're hanging out in the Discord call? Yeah, I'll hop in. I'll hop in. We can chat about D&D. Or I think so. Actually, oh, wait. No, you're in a different thing. Hold on. Wait, what am I saying? There we go. Anyway. Hello.
Hey, Jordan.
Hi. How's it going?
Hi, stream.
Hi, stream. Here, so let's do proficiencies.
Yeah, I figured since my brain won't let me forget D&D stuff, I could answer, you know, be a more experienced voice for any D&D questions.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm a little behind on the stream, though, so if you have any questions and you want to show something, it might take a second.
Oh, no, you're totally fine. So the character I'm currently building would be my primary character for if my best friend starts a secondary campaign in his universe. And
okay.
I'm still building Druid, but I'm building a Druid that basically was banished to his planet because that's a common occurrence and origin for people on his planet, is to be either directly banished there themselves or be descended from people who were banished there.
Okay. Banished from where?
From anywhere. So he's using it like banishes like a, say someone didn't specify where they were banishing someone. There's a chance that if they didn't specify, that person ends up on this planet.
Oh, so it could be from, like, say, an entirely other homebrew universe or one of the more established universes as well.
Uh-huh.
I get that. That makes perfect sense. I've done similar things. It really opens up the freedom for the players to be completely creative in their backstories.
Yeah, exactly. And because, you know, he is, for as amazing of a writer as he is, he's a first-time DM, and so he wanted to try and make something with a lot of flexibility both for himself and for us.
Which, I just remembered something. If you have the time, I'm starting up another game. If you got a spot always open for you if you want to join.
Oh, thank you. I will have to let you know. I'll have to. I also just
depending on
depending
on schedule
thing, next month might be tricky for me to start new things in general.
Sure.
But that's a conversation for another time.
I'm just leaving the option open.
Oh no, of course. I think so. I'm gonna give them proficiency survival because their backstory again. I'm having them having been banished to this planet.
Yeah, survival especially makes sense for any druid because most druids live in the woods and have to, in the wild and have to survive.
Yeah,
which is what survival is for.
I agree. And then I'm stuck between like I don't know if I have a preference on animal handling, arcana, insight, medicine, nature, perception, or religion.
Since you're making them at level 5, what sort of druid circle are you thinking?
They're going Circle of Wildfire. Or she, I guess. I'm using they as a placeholder, but she's a she.
Well, Circle of Wildfire being sort of the idea of wildfire cleansing, source of renewal. Mm-hmm. I could see both medicine and nature. Especially because Circle of Wildfire, it's that duality of healing and destruction. So medicine could be interesting.
I might go nature, I think. Although you're right, medicine could be really interesting.
I mean, and depending on what background you choose for this character, you might end up with both.
Yeah, that's true. So wild shape we don't have to worry about. Give me the wildfire. Okay. So now at level 2 I'll get a Wildfire Spirit. And again, they're not necessarily level 5. They'll probably start level 1. But I just figured I'd level them to 5 so I could kind of get a general loose sense of them.
Sure.
Yeah.
I do think it's interesting, too. You got an interesting dichotomy between the drow, which are normally associated with the Underdark and darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And normal drow have sunlight sensitivity to where your drow is practically on fire all the time. So that's very fascinating.
I'm looking at feats now. Probably it would take something like, wait, hold on. Fire Elemental Adept. What does this give me here? Let's see. Spells you cast ignore resistances to fire damage. In addition, when you roll damage for a spell you cast... Yeah, okay. Treat any one as 2.
Yeah, it's not so great for the damage, but if your Wildfire Druid ends up running against, like, devils and demons, which a lot of the time have resistance to fire, or, you know, any other creature that has resistance to fire, you're like, no, my fire is special. It still burns.
Yeah, I do like special fire. I'll take special fire, why not? Sure. And then I would do, you know, the general, I don't know. Sometimes I just do point buy.
Something I always suggest if you're in a game where the DM allows you is to check the optional class features in the class section.
Yeah. Well, and because that was given me... Well, all I was seeing so far was really just the Origin Manager, which is... you can either replace the Origin ability score increase or Origin languages. That's all it's giving me.
Yeah, but if you go to the class section, between where it lists your class features and your spells, you should see a section that says optional class features.
There it is.
Gives you more spells, for one thing.
Well,
including Revivify, which is always nice to have on any healer. Wild Companion is going to be a little less useful for you, because as a Wildfire Druid, you have the Wildfire Spirit, which is just straight up better. But for, like, Circle of the Land, Wild Companion can be a really good feature for him.
Right. Let's see, you can replace one good. I mean, like, sure.
I mean, that's just good to have in case you want to switch it up later.
Yeah.
But I always say that, just especially on a spellcaster, because you never know what kind of spells were added to your class with Tasha's.
Yeah, that's true. Ooh, I sure do like just already seeing fire. Well, Kiru's fire.
Yeah, this class definitely has their theme in place. It's either fire or healing.
Fire! Fire! I can't stop. I'm so sorry.
That's fine.
Let's see. What cantrips do we like? Well, I always love a good shillelagh, you know. I always do. Wait. Okay. Well, so we've got fire, and let me get some more fire. Obviously. Let's just really theme it up here. Let's just... control flame, create bonfire.
I always suggest... It's not fire themed, but I always suggest guidance. It's just one of the best cantrips in the game.
Let me take a little peep here. Oh. Well, that's a good cantrip.
Yeah, and because it's a cantrip, you can pretty much do it infinitely. As long as you know your character knows they're about to do something like make a check, they can add guidance to every single check.
Wow, yeah.
So it just makes you a little better at the things you already do.
Oh, I'm fine with being better at things.
It doesn't help you if your DM out of nowhere says, you know, roll a perception check. But if you know something's coming, you can be like, guidance.
Absolutely. Well, now let's look at the level 1 spells. And we got some fire, and some fire, and some fire. So
it's both thematic and really good. But Fairy Fire is my go-to first level spell, is any class that can get it.
I think this is... I swear I saw something that said it was going to give it to me. Or maybe it was an optional...
As a half drow, you do have the ability to cast Fairy Fire once per day for free. But if you also prepare it, you can do it more times than once.
Valid. Okay. Okay.
Plus, giving advantage to all your allies for a minute, that's amazing.
Yeah, that is really strong. Fairy Fire. Come here, you. That's a really good point. Yeah, I'll take it. I think it said I already have Healing Word, or... Oh, wait, no, I have Cure Wounds is what I have.
Yeah. The cool thing about the spells you get as Circle of Wildfire, quite a few of them were things you'd probably already take anyways, so it allows you to be really creative with maybe some kookier spells that you normally wouldn't take.
Yeah. Well, and then, so I only have 4 total spell slots here, so I gotta be smart about this one. So I'll probably take something like level 3 and something level 2 and then decide from there.
That's because you didn't put in your stats.
You're right. You're sure right.
So if you roll stats, your number of prepared spells will go up.
Just throw some numbers at the wall. Just throw a few things in here. And which dumb stat do I not want to? Oh wait, I can only go to. Okay. Great. I did it! And now I can know 8 spells. Oh.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm looking at...
If this character ever sees the light of day in a campaign, please tell me you're going to give it a really bad French accent.
Oh god, maybe.
It's the oh-ha-ha that throws me off every time.
Oh-ha-ha. Oui, mon ami. Oh, the flamme. I can't. Oh god. Genuinely so bad. Absolutely painful.
I have a one-shot I'm doing tonight, and me watching like the old '90s X-Men show on Disney Plus, the animated one. Hearing Gambit do a Cajun accent, I have now decided that my character is going to be a Cajun.
Hell yeah. I take elemental weapon.
The accents on that show.
Yeah, yep. Hi, Kodoroku.
Literally everything Storm says being the most dramatic. The most dramatic way you could say anything.
Yeah.
So we got... Yeah, I think I'll take a... Wait, flame arrows? Well.
That requires you to use a bow. You can do it to your allies, though.
Maybe someone in the party will have it. But I don't even know if this campaign is for sure happening, but I was like, I'm gonna make a character anyway, because I have a good idea. And worst case scenario, this is my new primary backup character. I'm just like, I have a druid, but it's this one. I will not be doing that accent for this character.
You have to now.
The worst part is, I know how to do a better one, but I'm not about to do it. I'm only going to do the bad one. Because this is my, how you say, prerogative. Oh my god, I've been inside too long.
One thing I'll say is, for 3rd level druid spells, as on the nose as it is, plant growth is really good.
Yeah,
it's already part of her spell list.
It is, yeah. It comes.
Oh, it's automatically prepared with Wildfire. Okay,
it comes with Wildfire at a level.
Yeah.
5, either somewhere between 3 and 5, you get it.
The Wildfire Druid here.
A second level spell I think you'd have a lot of fun with is Flame Blade. It is both thematic and pretty cool.
I know, I feel like I was basically just looking around for spells that said flame or fire and then grabbing them.
They made a fire druid and then didn't give you fireball. Come on.
Scorching Ray. Oh wait, Scorching Ray I already have.
In the Unearthed Arcana of the Wildfire Druid, it had fireball.
Right. Yeah. They
took it out because they're like, wow, another fire character that automatically has fireball.
Garlic Cleric. No, what? That was not...
I don't even know what that was.
That was a travesty. is what that was.
Conjure animals is always pretty good. One of my friends calls that wall of deer.
Wait. What?
Conjure animals? One of my friends calls it wall of deer.
Oh, yeah.
Because elk is on the 1/4 CR option, so you can just summon 8 elk with it. And then those elk can just get between you and things. Wall of elk.
There's a couple things I will say when it comes to conjuring spells. A, technically, unless your DM allows you, you don't get to pick the creature that you summon.
Yeah, you just pick the CR.
Yeah. And B, that is a lot of paperwork
It can't
for
turning this down.
for a character who's not prepared to deal with it.
I know.
I would recommend the new summoning spells, except your wildfire pet is going to take the same action as the new summoning spells you use.
And
so.
I have already cleared Wildfire Pet's existence with my DM on the chance that this character does see the light of day, so he's like mentally prepared. But
Sleet Storm is the complete opposite of your thing, but also a good 3rd level spell.
how would that fit with the World of the Banished Ruin? You're absolutely right. I don't know. I gotta pick more spells. And again, also, I don't need to pick more spells. This character, again, would probably start at level 1.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
And you're going to have a mix of, level 1, 2, and 3 spells in those 8 spells prepared.
I know. Yeah, it's just like I can come back to this. I'm just making like a loose. It was a loose baby, and I was like, "What? Oh, what's a loose? Oh, God."
Plus, you're a druid.
I don't like
You'll
anything
be able to...
about that phrase.
I don't either. I regretted it the second it came to my brain, and then why did I go ahead and say it?
But one thing I wanted to point out to remember is just that, yes, you definitely want to prepare Fairy Fire. It's an excellent spell.
For sure.
But also, when you use your Racial Fairy Fire, that uses your Charisma for the save, and the class casting it uses your Wisdom.
Yep.
Not chaotic evil.
So that's just something to remember.
I don't know I don't know what the alignment's gonna be. I don't know what the name's gonna be. I don't know anything. I'm basically just working with a character concept and the little last things I would flesh out later, and then starting equipment I would, just throw that into. But I'm not gonna do that right now, because anyway. But it's like hey, here's a loose character. Great. Do always love to see that +6 wisdom save. Sure do. Although that's only a 12. Oh wait, you can't see my score. Hold on. Let me move my head. There we go. Oh, what my favorite thing to do though is just throw in a whole bunch of every dice.
Oh god. Here we go.
Here we go. I'm just doing 3. Blap.
Watching all the dice.
Blap. 219. I have my screen zoomed in a little bit, but the roll was 219 with 3 of each of those. Did get a 19 on one of those d20s, I will say. Thank you very much.
I gotta say, those look fluffy more than icy.
Well, considering you rolled 3 d10s that only counted in the 10s, that wasn't the greatest of rolls.
No, it wasn't a very good roll. Oh my god, hold on. I gotta go to the wide angle real quick, because look at my precious lord. Oh
boy.
Him's little pink nose. I'm captivated.
You were such a cat mom, Jordan.
Look at him. He's so small. He's so small. I love him. I told you all I haven't been outside in a really long time. Okay. Anyway, so here's like a character, right? I had some other character ideas. Let's make some more, shall we?
I made like 6 of them last night out of boredom.
And yeah, the only reason I have to go through my friend's campaign, and again, did clear it with him. I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna throw a bunch of unassigned characters in there because I'm doing a building stream tomorrow. Do you care? And he said no. So I was like, yeah. All right, here we go again. Another one. Oh, Rababa, no, Dwight did not learn how to blanket. I lifted it up for him and scooted him inside, and then he laid on down.
I'm gonna force you to be cute, damn it.
What? He was already being very cute. He was, Ruin said, oh, he's trying to make the bed. Because he was pawing at the blanket and trying to get below. No, Rababa, but he knows how to, that's the thing, he knows how to get that down there, but he deliberately went and sat on the other side of the blanket that he could not slip into. Because Dwight is, at his core, a content creator. He's much better at it than I am. Alright, so I had another couple of ideas. Just loose ideas. One would be, and this would be so cliched, for like the secondary kind of nautical campaign. I mean, it's a swashbuckler rogue, like it, but that's so on the nose. It's not a pirate campaign, but I'm trying to treat it like one.
Swashbuckler rogues are just awesome in general, so it's fine.
They're pretty cool. But I was just
make a soul knife rogue and just say you have the soul of a pirate.
Ooh. Ooh.
I mean, if you want to get really deep and dark, make it a phantom rogue where any of the other pirates that you kill, you absorb part of their soul and add it to your collection.
Ooh. And now tell me if I'm wrong on this, because I don't understand Artificer. I'm intrigued by them, but I don't understand them.
They're one of my favorite classes.
I love Artificer. That's my main character right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I love Artificers, so we got you. What do you need to know?
Everything.
I mean, basically, they're magical engineers.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the way they use magic is by like building things with it. So like all your spells are sort of the use a toolkit as your spell focus thing has been broadly explained, and actually Keith Baker, the guy who created Eberron, which is the setting Artificers from originally, went into like really good detail on this. But he's like, basically, just imagine you used that toolkit to make something that is this spell. So like you're casting web, while I built like these little exploding web grenade things that I'm throwing at people.
Yeah.
And infused my magic into those, just as an example.
The last Artificer that I played had Fairy Fire on the spell list, and I described it as throwing a chaff grenade because they were skilled in Smith's tools. So using their Smith's tools, they basically in the moment was like, I cast Fairy Fire. I described it as chucking a grenade that blew up into sparkly bits in the air, and that was just my character doing Fairy Fire.
And what if I want an army of teacups?
That's for the spell animate objects.
Yeah, there's actually a spell for that.
Yeah.
Good.
Although, but if you want like all your spells or whatnot to be like made out of porcelain and stuff, that's definitely doable. Yep. Like another example he gives is talking about like an artificer with calligraphers tools as their tool of choice, and how you like write out, you make these like little beautifully like illustrated, like scrolls and whatnot, like writing out your spells to then use on people later.
Like, I'm sure you've seen like anime or old cartoons where someone pulls out a slip of paper and then chucks it at someone to do something. That's a way you could use calligrapher's tools as kind of your.
Oh yeah.
In all honesty, in game, using tools as a spellcasting focus really doesn't change how the game is played. It's all in how you as a character describe your magic.
Right. Because I had the loose idea of like kitchen witch artificer, but
so there's chef supplies as a tool.
Yep.
You could have chef supplies like and then you're like making food and using dishes and.
Perfect. Great. Let's do it. Here we go.
Even though it's not a good feat, there is also the chef feat.
Yes, that makes you extra good in other,
well,
in non-combat ways with using your chef supplies.
Well.
Yep.
And now I'm pretty open to whatever, in terms of like race, for this particular character. I am with pretty much all of my characters. Because again, this one, this would be for a campaign that I don't know, again, if it's happening or what have you. This particular Artificer. So I'm not like, it's not like my other campaign where it's like, well, I don't also want to be an Aarakocra because we already have an Aarakocra, you know? I don't want this to just be a party of birds.
Well, from personal experience, I have a fondness for anything involving chef tools for a lizard folk.
Ooh.
Because that's interesting to juxtapose the fact that lizard folk very much look at, as a culture, look at people like their food.
Oh, I like that. Also,
they're not like, let me be clear. They're not like, I'm going to kill my party and eat them. But they'll totally be like, oh, my best friend died. Well, now he's just a hunk of meat. So anybody want steak?
There was just a new, also, I'm sorry I'm itching my nose so much. There is 100% cat hair in it. Just a day in the life of I fully put Dwight in my arms earlier and just rubbed my whole face without the makeup into his belly because it's so fuzzy. But anyway, pardon me. Yeah, no, and I lizard folk would be good too because this campaign would again probably be in more of like a desert-y area anyway, so it would be like, I don't know, maybe they're from there.
Sure.
Maybe they're a desert lizard.
Sure.
I don't know, but I do like the idea of loose concept of kitchen witch character, hence Artificer with chef's tools, who will also bite you. Arm, 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 arm. Should I have two cats and I've chosen a bird with a pet mouse? Ruin.
I think that would work really interesting with the lizard folk's cunning artisan, which is the ability to form weapons and shields out of like what you eat. So, or teacups.
Or teacups.
Totally. Yeah.
No, my lizard doesn't eat teacups. My lizard does not have pica. Also, you can hold your breath for up to 15 minutes at a time. That'll be handy for the seas. Yeah. Here's a lizard.
I love lizard folk. They're one of my favorite races. That's what my Circle of Spores druid was.
Oh, they don't live that long. Their size is medium.
So one thing I would recommend would be changing probably the wisdom bonus to intelligence in the origin manager, just because that's your most important stat as an artificer.
Yeah.
Just being able to start with a 16 is nice.
Yeah.
And the Constitution boost does help.
Yeah, Constitution is good for everyone, especially for spellcasters, because of those concentration saves.
As a DM, I really want my players to make their own choices with their characters. But when I see somebody say, I'll drop Constitution, I'll make that my worst stat, I very gently try to correct that.
Oh, yeah. No.
Because it's like,
no.
You could drop almost any stat and have a really interesting character. If you drop Constitution, your character won't be around for that long. So
you're saying to change this to intelligence then?
Well, you can change the +2 to intelligence or the +1. Either one would boost you. Though,
right.
Obviously.
I'll do dexterity and intelligence because the dexterity boost will help with my AC.
I mean, depending on whether you want to go medium armor or light armor, you might not need as much dex.
Yeah.
Well, Artificers don't get medium armor unless you take one of the two subclasses that gives it to you.
No, all Artificers always get medium armor.
Do they? I thought medium armor was only for armor or battlesmith. Okay, it's just martial weapons is armor and battlesmith then.
Martial weapons is just battlesmith, and heavy armor is just armorer.
Okay.
Huh.
Been forever since I made my Artificer that is now level 12. So I'm like, did I start with medium armor?
Yeah. Also, Jordan, lizard folk do get natural armor. It's basically like having the mage armor spell.
Yes.
So, I mean, if you want to really crank up your dex along with your intelligence, even if you're not wearing armor, you'd have a good AC.
Yeah.
So it's kind of how you want to build them.
And that's what I was kind of thinking well, I mean, here, I'll blip around in here real quick. Lower charisma. And then I would say, I mean,
if you could bump Constitution up to 14, that would give you an extra hit point per level.
That's what I was thinking as well.
I was going to say,
bump Con up to 14, Dex up to 13. Because it's also, like, end of the day, I think I have... Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good character
I've got a 14. I'm very smart. Here, let's see.
But really low wisdom, that makes me think that occasionally your character has a tendency to blow things up.
Oh, probably. I mean,
I'm sitting in here cooking.
Oh,
no,
wait a minute. You know what, though? This is a little metagamey, but I actually should not have this character's wisdom that low. In the slightest.
I would just tank your strength, because you're never going to really need it. Unless you really just want it.
Thanks for 7 months. Yeah, I'm gonna take it because I also just... knowing my friend's world means that most of the horror checks that we have to do are wisdom saves. And there are consequences for failing too many of those wisdom saves, and depending on the D100 you roll, they can be either severe or they can be innocuous, but
I don't think it's really metagaming to build a character appropriate to the world that you're going to be playing in.
Yeah, I know.
If you know what the world, your character knows what the world is like, even you can be like, well, a person's not going to survive in this world that long if they can't handle some of this shit.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that, like, this lizard would be a character that's probably, several generations in. Well, they would be naturally, I guess, because lizards have a shorter lifespan. But yeah, they wouldn't be, like, new to this world. They would kind of have a pretty good understanding, I think, of what it's like and what it's about. Whereas, the character we just made would be a brand new baby who was just recently, as in, like, a few months, maybe a year or so ago, banished the planet. Cuddle monster consequences. Oh, I also enjoy failure as a player sometimes, Alex, but it depends on the failure. Because some of my fails, like, one thing I failed at the other week was accidentally forgetting that the magic in the place we were in was unstable and causing gravity to reverse and all of us to start shooting into the sky. So I like those kind of mistakes sometimes, but they're also stressful. I don't know.
Mistakes can be wonderful little bits of the story. They can really be something you explain, you have a fun with all the time. But if everything you do is a mistake because of a particular way you've built your character, then you're not going to have any fun.
Yeah.
You have to have the balance of success and failure to really make each one of those count.
Oh, for sure.
My way of thinking about it is that, like, enjoy dramatic failure, but not mundane failure, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Well, and then of course other random time where I forgot about using magic in that dungeon, I forgot that Speak with Plants is a spell.
Yep.
Of course, and I had run across 7 little mushrooms, which naturally my character had to talk to. But, I did forget it was a spell, and luckily all I did that time was make the room cold on accident. But,
Does it happen every time you cast a spell?
So we've learned so far, spells, we have to be really careful to try and avoid spells right now. Cantrips seem to be fine, and, like, abilities and such seem to be fine, but specifically spells are what, trigger some of this magical instability and therefore a D100 roll.
It sounds like your DM has built their own sort of custom version of the wild magic surge for the part of the campaign you're in.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's very cool. I like it when stuff like that happens.
Well, and it's great too, because of course, my favorite anecdote is when our warlock cast a spell against this essentially. I'm not sure what it was as a monster because he doesn't always tell us. Sometimes he does. But it was like a magical construct made out of book pages and almost like a book elemental, I guess. And she cast a spell and her D100 roll dispelled all magical effects in the area or like within that room. And so the construct just died. It was just gone.
That's great.
And she was like third person in the initiative order and this was turn 1. Like it was just like it was just done. And I will always think about that because it's ridiculous. Anyway, I gave cook's utensils to this artificer.
Actually, I have a fun recent wild magic story.
Oh, yeah?
So in our game, we were in country of Targa, which is basically described as like New Orleans combined with Las Vegas. Because it's like this Vegas, New Orleans kind of like party city built in a swamp. So we had to go into what is called the dump. Targa naturally has increased wild magic in the swamps. The dump is where all the other countries pay Targa to just dump their fucked up magical experiments that went wrong. So it's just super or ultra wild magic zone, and we had to go in there to get this plant that had been put needed that energy to grow. That like the person who told us about it, we needed to get it. It was there. They planted it in there because it's like, oh no, this is a really good environment for it to grow in. So we ended up in a fight with trash.
Nice.
Because it's a fucking magical wild magic dump.
Yep. Oh my god.
And every time someone cast a spell, it was there was a wild magic effect. And so there was like people being shot into the air on geysers of milk, and all kinds of other stuff. But the best one was when our bard, I don't remember what spell he cast, but he cast it, and the GM asked, "How much money do you have on you?"
Oh boy!
And he told him like in what kinds of coins. He's like, "All right, roll like 3D 100 or something like that." The long story short is like 9,000 gold became 9,000 copper.
Oh.
Oh no.
And he was like, what? And he's like, yeah, but your 9 copper that you already had on you turned into 9 platinum. Like, yeah, that's great. I still lost like 8,100 gold.
No. No. Rest in peace.
So because you said that artificers, what the deal with them?
Yeah.
The big thing about artificers, in addition to their unique way that they do spellcasting, is the infusions. That's basically how artificers can create their own magic items. So if your campaign, you don't get a lot of magic items over the course of your campaign, depending on the DM style. An artificer just is like, no, I'll just make it. We need a bag of holding? I can make that.
Ooh, that's exciting.
That's the thing. That's what really makes artificers unique, is their infusions. They can do things like enhance the armor that they're wearing, making it more defensive, make their weapons a little bit better, and as they reach higher levels, they can really make incredibly unique items, like a crossbow with never-ending ammunition, what have you.
Hi, Dan. Oh, okay.
So you get a choice. Some of them require a certain level, but you get a choice since it's a level. What level? 5?
Yeah, 5. I just put them at 5 loosely.
At this point, you get 4 choices that you decide, and you can make 2 of them in a given day.
Oh.
And you're only a level 5, so it's going to be the lower level stuff like the ability to make your armor plus 1 armor, the ability to make a bag of holding. It's not the ridiculous level stuff like the ability to make winged boots so you can fly for free.
Right, of course. I want to do what Ruin's saying. I want to infuse my armor with chamomile.
I did see you pause on Homunculus Servant. I'm a big fan of Homunculus Servant.
I did.
Homunculus Servant is pretty cool.
Because I'm also just like, that
yeah,
little
you
servant could make me tea.
You have a little buddy.
I have a little buddy.
And my Artificer's Homunculus is called Gunmunculus, and he's just a gun with wings.
I like the Homunculus Servant option because it'd also be like a kitchen assistant even, you know.
Mm-hmm. My Artificer had a little clockwork like pixie named Rain that always stuck on the wizard's shoulder. That way I could heal from a distance.
Oh my goodness, I love this.
Because the wizard in our group was a damage sponge. For some reason, they all targeted the wizard.
I feel like that's your GM just knowing what the wizard is capable of.
I want a returning weapon. I want a spoon boomerang.
I mean, that's the thing you can do.
Well, boomerangs are already returning.
I know, but this says a returning weapon.
Yeah, this allows you to make like a thrown dagger or a spear come right back to your hand after you use it.
Consider.
If you want to throw spoons and frying pans at people, go for it.
A spoon boomerang.
Oh, wow.
I'm sure your GM will be like, yes, you can throw spoons and frying pans at people.
He's gonna hate me.
Yeah.
Oh, this is great. By the way, you two, thanks for hopping in. I know this was impromptu, but
no problem.
This is.
Okay,
are you
here's
kidding
the
me?
thing. When people are building characters, I start to itch. So
yeah. Oh, same here. I was just like, I just want to talk to you so I could be like, this is cool and that's cool and ooh, you know what would be cool? I feel like I'm back at like session 0 of my campaign, helping people figure out their characters. It's awesome.
The most important thing for me is to not be a dick about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, but you could, but hold on, deep breaths.
I know, and again, I am still a D&D enthusiast, though I am a newer D&D player, so this is helpful too. I would do. Ooh, wait.
Akoto, how long have you been playing?
I mean, a long time.
Okay.
A long. Let's see. I'm 40, so like.
Okay.
25 years.
Yeah, it's
like
been 15 for me.
Alex,
I didn't play as much D&D specifically before 3rd edition came out, but I did play D&D before 3rd edition came out.
Alex, I mean, it's not my stream, but if you're not busy.
I mean, yeah, Alex, if you want to come hang out, you know you're always welcome to. You also know you don't have to.
Yeah.
Because I'm just hanging out on a webpage.
Yeah, we just us two just literally walked in here and was like, hey, you want to talk while you do this?
I'm just like, yeah, come hang out. Let's see. Ooh.
So, a real quick brief description of the subclasses for Artificer is you have the Alchemist, which is more healing focused and does things with potions, and the Kitchen Witch, I think, fits your description pretty well as an alchemist.
So.
But just so you know, the other subclasses are the Artillerist, which is more about ranged magical damage and blowing shit up.
Mm-hmm.
Battlesmith, which is more weapon focused, and you have a robo animal sidekick that runs around with you.
Yeah.
And then the armor.
Yeah,
and then the armor is just fantasy Iron Man. You build a giant suit of heavy armor that blows things up, and you punch them. It's great.
I love that. But I'm sorry.
Yeah, speak of the devil.
Wow. Oh, I can't hear you, Alex.
You can't hear me.
Oh, now I can hear you.
We can hear you now.
No, we can hear you.
Probably talking too quietly.
Yes.
Hello.
Welcome to the fun, Alex.
Welcome,
Thanks.
Lone Father. Welcome to the stream.
Thank you. I don't build characters on D&D Beyond that often, so I've been watching how the setup works.
Hi, Barbie. It just kind of works like this. You pop around a little bit and you click on things, and you go, okay, cool. Well, I've learned some alchemist spells now, like Ray of Sickness.
I love that spell.
Blech.
I'm self-destructive as a character maker, so I
Nobody who has watched LA by Night would know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're like, yeah, always have some Constitution. I'm like, no, fuck Constitution.
Yeah.
Unless the character's supposed to have it, I'm like, yeah, sure, an 8 in Constitution's fine.
I get a little too attached.
No, I get it, but I've yet to have a character die. So while I build them to be like, they can die, they haven't done it yet, so...
Yeah. Well, most GMs will, try to avoid killing you unless it's really dramatically appropriate.
I am taking the chef feat. It's happening.
I constantly dare Jason to kill me, and he has yet to do it, so...
Oh, hold please. By doing that, I now have to pick another thing because by picking chef, it gives me
Cook's utensils.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So now you get another tool you can have proficiency with.
Well, isn't that lovely?
Mm-hmm.
Scroll.
I haven't looked at my characters I made in a
I'm
while.
disappointed that the chef sheet doesn't at least give you the opportunity to double your proficiency with chef's tools if you really want to.
I'll take the brewer's tools. I'll take them.
Yeah, but I mean, eventually artificers get that inherently.
That's true. Artificers get that with literally every tool.
Yeah.
Wait.
Which I have used to good effect with marvelous pigments on my artificer.
Nice.
It's like I have expertise in painting.
That was the character I played with you, Jordan, was my Warforged Cleric.
Wait, June? The Changeling Bard?
When we played that one game together.
No, you were an artificer for that one.
No, I was a Warforged Cleric.
That's right.
I played a Warforged Blood Cleric.
That's right. Now I recall. I do still like looking at that character sheet, though, because it's just like, oh, wow. You just get plus.
No,
Hi,
he
David.
was. Hey, David. He was a soul that was put into a construct.
Oh, okay.
Also here.
So, but he was created out of pieces of his body. So his Warforged construction was made of plates of his bone over brass armature or brass mechanics.
That's really unique.
And then he had tubing running through him that was carrying his own blood, so he would open valves and release his own blood to cast his clerical spells.
That's very cool. That would fit very much with the reborn lineage that's going to be coming out in the next book.
Yeah, well, when we made this was probably right at the beginning of the lockdown, so it was about a year ago. So that was new.
That
also,
makes
here,
sense.
1 second. I'm moving us all this way. Blip. 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 And then also now I can see when names light up and see who's talking a little bit better. On Zistram. Yay. Also, again, hi, David. Anyway, continue.
That was a fun character. I like that character.
So, well, I mean, I guess I looked at all of these things.
That was weird.
What?
What now?
Oh. For some reason, when you moved me to the stream guests, my thing booted me. My Discord booted me.
Damn it.
It's odd.
That's weird.
No, I'm still here, though.
You can still speak normally, right? Akodoroku?
I'm good.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
There you are.
Okay.
Okay. I was just like, oh no, what have I done? I'm just I'm trying to help distinguish voices for people who are watching the stream, and I made it worse.
No, everything worked out.
Okay, so prepared spells. Melf's Acid Arrow, will you say?
It's a pretty decent little spell.
Ooh.
It's a good spell. There's very little acid spells.
Yeah.
For damage. It's like if you want to make a sorcerer that's kind of based on acid spells, it's a pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a great spell because even if you miss, you still at least do a little bit.
Yeah. Acid Splash is great. I like that cantrip a lot. But yeah, I was trying to make a acid-based sorcerer once, and I was like, this gives me very little options for damage.
Yeah.
Well, they did recently in Tasha's add that ability to change other damage types to acid or to just mix around the damage types, so it made it a little bit easier for those kind of cool builds.
Interesting. I got Tasha's. I haven't read through any of it yet. I've been too swamped with other things.
It's understandable.
I would take.
By the time Alex gets to Tasha's, Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft will be out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, generally, I use my own campaign as a reason to read through all these books, and then I haven't been playing my home game recently, or really any other D&D game very much. And the only one that I'm in right now is I know the character and the progression backwards and forwards, so I haven't really looked for new stuff.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Because I'm playing a Hexblade.
Oh, thanks, Evo. I don't know what other cantrip I want. Maybe I'll just take something like Message. I don't know. Sure.
Message is good.
It's like this
Mage
is fine.
Hand can always be useful.
Mage Hand can be really, you're
especially
right.
if you're a kitchen witch.
You're exactly
It's
right.
always good.
Because I was sitting there and I was thinking thematically, and then I was just like, meh. Well. Wait.
No, I can't. I'm incapable of min-maxing. I only think thematically.
See, I consider myself an optimizer, which is that balance between those two. I make an interesting character, and then make them as effective as I can in game. So
yeah, that's always me of like, what do I want this character to be? Okay, and then make them good at what I want them to be.
Yeah,
that's fair. I choose spells for spellcasters based on what's happened to me in the game.
Let's take a look.
Like, regardless if it's useful, it's like it would have made sense for him to acquire, for at least for like a sorcerer to have developed the ability to use this spell based on things that have happened to him physically or mentally. Like,
I just read the word magic mouth and my brain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a weird spell, but it's really fun when you can make it work. You can be real creative with it.
Oh, also, actually, this is especially as a kitchen witch. One of the basic artificer features is magical tinkering, where you can basically touch tiny objects and make them output like a noise or importantly in this case, a smell. In case you want to always smell of fresh baked cookies.
Yep.
You can just wander around with like a coin in your pocket that constantly emits the smell of fresh baked cookies.
Oh my goodness.
I love unique abilities like that. Like that and prestidigitation.
That's why I love the trinkets table. I always have my players roll a trinket, and then I get to decide what I do with it later.
Oh, that's fun.
So, like in one of my last campaigns, one of my players rolled the mechanical, it was like mechanical canary in a cage or something like that. And it was just this mechanical canary in a cage, and throughout their campaign, eventually they realized that it reacted to a certain magical field that was prevalent in where they were, so they could kind of like canary in a coal mine with this mechanical bird that developed the ability as they were traveling.
I have taken heat metal.
Makes sense.
Because then also I can cook people. Ah ha 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 ha.
I humiliated a mind flayer with heat metal once. In this same campaign. Like, the mind flayer was using levitate and throwing shit down at people, and I was just like, oh, he's wearing armor, heat metal. Okay, he makes his constitution save, concentration on levitate, fails, falls prone. Hey, he landed within like 10 feet of the Barbarian. Go at it, buddy.
Yeah, enhance ability is good, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at it.
It just...
Spider Climb is one of my favorite spells.
I know, imagine.
Especially if you're...
Web
have
is
any sort of
fantastic.
range.
And also could be like a ball of... You could like throw dough or...
I'll take Spider Climb.
Some sticky food stuff for web.
And the amount of times Spider Climb has come in handy for me is...
Oh my god, yes. Grease. I'll take Grease.
Grease is one of the most effective spells in D&D.
And it makes perfect sense for your character, too.
I'm taking Purify food and drink, of course. Of course.
I was thinking protection from poison might be good for you.
And wait.
Tasha's Caustic Brew.
Yeah, that's
Tasha's Caustic Brew.
That's gotta come along with.
Yep.
That's gotta come along. Oh, wow. Yeah. I'm gonna have to be really careful about that, though. Each creature in the line must succeed on a dex throw or be covered in acid. Wow.
There's nothing like accidentally fireballing your buddies.
Yeah.
It's a line, so it's a lot harder to hit extra people with.
Right. Like, I've had to be really careful with Moonbeam in a few situations where it's like, I had to be very specific with my DM, otherwise it'd be like, well, you've clipped the Dragonborn in here. She's gotta deal with that now. I mean, yeah, I like that too.
I had a NPC that my players were fighting Fireball himself to like take himself out with everybody at the end of a fight, which was really fun.
Interesting.
They were fighting a brother and sister pair of warlocks in this dungeon, and they had already killed his sister, and he was surrounded by the players, and it had been this long fight, and so he just looked at all of them and he just cast a fireball at his feet, blowing himself up, killing himself, but almost taking out the entire party.
That's a good villain move right there. I may not make it, but you're not coming with me.
I like the cheekiness of the charlatan, but I don't want a charlatan background for a kitchen witch because no one's gonna trust that food.
Sage could be a good one for a kitchen witch.
Yeah, Sage is a good one.
Or Hermit.
Yeah, or oh, I like Hermit too. But I like Sage. I think I'll go Sage-wise. Which reminds me, we gotta circle back to the other character, because did I give them a background? No. Okay, so history, skill proficiencies. We'll take perception. Always handy. Plus also, you gotta have good eyeballs when you're making some tea. I don't know.
Most common skill check in the game.
Say.
The fireball thing also just reminded me of in the same game in our party. At one point, the bard who had picked up fireball with magical secrets, like figuring out where he wanted to place it, being like, "Well, I gotta be careful because I don't want to hit our paladin." And then the paladin was like, "It's like, no, dude, do you not remember when I got an absorbing tattoo with fire resistance, which you got it like randomly from an NPC who an ally who just really liked giving people magical tattoos." It's like, no, I can absorb the fireball. Throw it right on me.
I'm gonna pick up Dwarvish and Halfling. Dwarvish, because again, this campaign will take place somewhat near the crawling city, or at least would probably at some point intercede with it. So feasibly, I could make it that this character's from the desert area, where that is, where all the dwarves are. And Halfling, because why not? I'll come up with a justification some other time.
Halfling, because the character read a lot of The Hobbit and enjoyed the halfling lifestyle.
Yeah, 100%. And I think also just the food. Maybe it's like a food thing.
Yeah. I was being serious, not actually with the Hobbit part, but the rest of it.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, you got so good nature roll there. Anyway, let me go back to that other character real quick, and then I'm gonna make like one more. Just gonna make one more real quick that I'm maybe not as sure on, but wait.
Since we have a group of people who have at least all have some experience, have you picked up any, or have you recognized that there are some types of characters that you just can't get into? Like some classes or some archetypes you just can't play?
I mean, I'm not into like fighters or paladins over much, personally.
No, not really. I have like character ideas for pretty much all classes. I've played less paladins, fighters, and things like that, but I have ideas for them and stuff like that. I don't think there's a class that I won't play.
Yeah, historically in D&D, for me, it was mostly prepared spellcasters, just because I didn't like the amount of work in bookkeeping and upkeep on those characters.
Yeah, especially in the older editions.
But the way it works in 5e, it's so much easier, and I have no problem coming up with wizard ideas, cleric ideas, druid ideas, etc.
Oh, wait, that's right. I was gonna do add a character and give them a background.
I have been trying to make a barbarian just because I wanted to give the 5th edition version a try.
They're fun.
But I can't figure out a character that really makes me interested. After looking at that, I'm like, wow, this seems kind of boring.
A lot of the time I will, look at the subclasses and see if those give me ideas, even though you're not starting out with it, but you're going to go in that direction.
Ooh.
Oh, sure.
Well, perfect for this character, Far Traveler. Literally.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Playing cards, I think. Or wait.
It'd be really interesting if in this world that this character might be in, if your DM allows that new spell, Dream of the Blue Veil.
Ooh.
It's a 7th level spell that allows you to travel to the different worlds of the material plane.
Ooh.
Do you get to take anybody with you?
Yes.
Yeah, you can
It's
take up to
really
like 10 people with you.
Yeah, the way the spell's written, it's really a DM tool more than really a player tool. Like,
Oh,
it's basically
absolutely.
if the DM decides to give it to you and let you use it, they're usually going to require you to use it. You're going to need to use it for some reason.
Take.
Because it's like you have to have something from the world you're going to be able to direct yourself there.
Or a person from that world.
Yeah.
Or wait.
But that's the interesting thing, given the way that Jordan described this world as kind of a place where people just sometimes end up from other planes of existence. When that book came out, I'd just be really curious to hear what your DM thought about that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Not a conversation we've had. And especially because I've essentially like just formed said new baby characters and have I told him about the concept for this one, the Wildfire Druid. The Kitchen Witch I haven't run past him. The other character that I'm about to build, what am I about to build?
What
Wild Magic Barbarian.
No.
what class don't you normally play?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
So far, you seem to be sticking to spellcasters pretty well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Druid's a pure spellcaster. Artificer is more in that middle range with, like, Ranger and Paladin.
Sure.
So I have played an Arcane Trickster rogue. Loved her. Sort of have played Changeling Bard. One time played Barbarian. Druid. That's a Cleric. That's a Monk that I haven't played. That's another Druid. That's another Druid. That's an Artificer.
I don't see a Warlock on that list.
No, there's not a Warlock. Now, here's the one thing, is that this next character actually kind of has to fit within a certain predetermined mold. Because the two characters we just made would be a different character for a different campaign, and its backup, or her backup, I guess. What the fuck? This character, though, would be the backup that's not the drunk, farting Air Genasi monk.
I'm just surprised in this kind of horror-ish world that you haven't made a Warlock. That seems like a gimme.
Well, we have a Warlock.
Oh, okay.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me show you all the party.
Then you can make a Warlock that's horrifying in a completely different way.
That's true.
The thing, like, when I create characters, I'm really not about having a lot of crossover when I'm making a character for a game, and that's just my personal feeling on it. I don't like having.
I usually don't.
Yeah, I don't like having a character that's at all like anybody, even same class.
Yeah, and that's what I'm feeling too. So here's what we're working with. We're working with a Way of the Sun Soul Aarakocra Monk. We're working with my current Circle of Spores Wood Elf Druid. So this would be if she dies. Also has to fit in with a party of the Fiend, Warlock, Dragonborn, Horizon Walker, Halfling Ranger, and a Knowledge Domain Human Cleric.
Just looking at those right off the top of my head, my ideas would be either some kind of heavy melee character or like a wizard.
Yeah, and I was also thinking a
smart,
wizard,
like a really smart
actually.
person in that group.
Well, but they do have a Knowledge Domain Cleric, which might overlap a bit.
Well, let's take a look at Vid here real quick. Vid,
but I was honestly
played by my friend Aaron, as a little bit of an asshole who is all about money and making sure you are serving his god.
Yeah, see, expertise in Arcana, like knowledge clerics have, history.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely seems like this character is also trying to be the brains.
He's at least
there's
trying.
Other intelligence skills. Also, if he's kind of a dick, it could honestly kind of be funny to pick the intelligence skills that he's not as great at and just be better at them than him.
Yeah, it definitely could be, because he, like, that's his whole thing. Is his character is a little bit of an asshole who I think thinks is the main character of the party because he believes he's on like a mission from his god, and we're all just like,
also,
nah,
if you wanted to combine being a wizard with being tough, Abjuration Wizard is like a really surprisingly tough wizard.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was thinking either like a wizard or a paladin.
I would
just based on the party makeup.
I'd rather go wizard. I would personally rather go wizard than paladin, but also just because I feel like I'm not necessarily looking to make a buddy for Vid, because I feel like if I made a paladin in this world, they probably would be following that same god that Vid does. So a little bit about more of like the religious structure of the world is there's kind of almost like a capitalist theocracy at the center of the capital, which is one of the only areas that is in perpetual daylight on the planet. Whereas, for about a century, half of this planet is in darkness, and that's where all of, like, there's ruins and monsters and terrible, unknowable, dark, secret things, but the parts that are in light are currently, like, living and thriving civilizations. And the people who are currently in power in the capital city have this weird, like, capitalist theocracy with this sun god that is their one true god, and all the other gods are not okay, and they're trying to build up cities in the new dawn parts of the world that are coming out of the darkness and like proselytize to all of them. And I don't want another of those characters in the party.
Well, you don't have to do that.
No, that's true, but I just have a feeling that like a paladin in that world would probably be most likely to be of that faith, I guess. And it's not like it couldn't be.
It could also be a socialist paladin.
Yeah, as someone who is currently playing a paladin, they've kind of removed the godliness of the paladin.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to worship a particular deity, like mine does, then that's great. But that's not really the focus of the character. Most paladins are really defined by their oath. So they could be an atheistic paladin, but they believe in whatever their ideals are so strongly that gives them power.
That's a good point.
Right, like you can make a lawful neutral paladin.
You could make a chaotic
who just lives
paladin
by their own set of rules and their own oaths that they've taken.
Yep. I like that because, God, the fact that paladins had to be lawful good for so many editions was just stifling.
My paladin that I have built right now that's going to be a pain in the ass for whatever game I end up putting it in is a lawful good conquest paladin.
Hey! My I shared the character art in Jordan's campaign, but my current paladin is a dual-wielding chaotic or lawful neutral conquest paladin who is an enforcer for a mob family. Yeah,
this one's more of a lawful good in the sense of like a crusader. A conquest paladin in that he accepts nothing else but total annihilation of evil.
Makes sense.
And it's really not going to be pleasant.
Yeah, I was going to say, that is he's an Aasimar conquest paladin. That's like intentionally playing the 14-year-old's first paladin character.
Well, it's
is that evil? I have to kill it.
Well, it's more of that.
I'm sure it's more nuanced than that.
But it's the Aasimar's. I think it's the scourge where the light radiates from their whole body.
Yeah.
Like every orifice in their body, they just beam this light out of. And it's just I wanted to try and play something that was so not what I normally play, so I made this character that I would like to try. I'll probably use him for a one-shot. I don't think it'd be fun in a campaign.
I like characters like that, though.
I'm trying to decide if making a tabaxi would cause tension with the Aarakocra.
I love that. I have a tabaxi that I want to make, who's a Sphinx tabaxi.
Oh my god, and she could think that the halfling is like a toy. like bad at him and think he's like a... We have a running joke that our cleric, who is kind of an asshole, thinks that our halfling is a child. He doesn't understand that halfling is a race.
Oof.
So he thinks that they're a child, and I like my character is always reminding him that no, he's not a child.
I could do
cat wizard. Let's make a cat wizard.
Just popped to mind because the way you describe the religion that the cleric follows.
Yeah.
Is go paladin, Oath of the Ancients, which is a very earth and nature connected oath, and just be like the complete opposite of them. They're like, no, this is the one way, and this is like, and just be like, no, the world needs to be the way it is. Let people live. Let things live.
Like the cleric. Oh my god. I like it. I also still like. I would also like giving him some comeuppance as a cat, because I think that'd be really funny too.
Tabaxi Wizard sounds really interesting.
Yeah, that's also. Yeah, oh yeah, I mean Tabaxi.
You can do a College of Whispers bard.
I played that in a one-shot that Kaylee ran as a straight-up Fey mafioso.
Yeah.
College of
Nice.
Whispers bard, theater bard.
I have a College of Whispers bard, named Evelio, and he's based on like Commedia dell'arte performers.
Oh yeah.
But he's in a jester outfit. He's got a mask on, and he's got masks strapped all around his torso, and he puts them on and changes his voice and physicality and stuff with every mask he puts on. But they're all the skinned faces of people that he's made masks out of.
Oh my god, I love it.
Because that's what the College of Whispers can take the appearance of someone they've killed.
Yep.
And
I
they're...
mean, my favorite College Whispers ability is just where you sit down and have a conversation with someone, and at the end of it, they have to save or be terrified of you.
Yeah, I love that one.
That was where I got these, like, this is where I'm making you an offer that you can't refuse.
Well, I originally made this character for a Halloween-themed game, and then I want to keep playing him because he imitates everyone he's talking to all the time. So everybody he's talking to, he immediately copies the way they speak.
Okay, I'm making a College of Whispers bard. Sorry, I'm sold.
No.
That's way more interesting than a wizard.
I love College of Whispers bards.
Oh, I'm a wizard. No. This is cool. This is much
Yeah,
cooler.
they're really interesting to play, and you don't have to play it like I played it. Oh, that was an extreme version of like, let's make the weird.
Oh yeah.
This Tabaxi is gonna learn deep speech and never explain why.
I love deep
Never.
speech.
Never.
I want to. My dream in D&D is to play in a campaign where I get to play an Illithid PC.
Ooh.
I want to play a Mind Flayer so fucking bad. They've been my favorite creature for the longest fucking time, and I want to play one as a player character. And
I feel like I honestly, I'm a kind of playing a character that leans in that direction right now, using the Dampier heritage from the Gothic Ages and Aberrant Mind Sorcerer. And
Yeah.
her hunger is psychic energy instead of blood and etc.
well, yeah, it's I'm thinking the way I want to play it is not playing like a rogue as an Illithid.
And this character I'm leveling to 6 because this character would be current campaign's replacement character, hence level 6.
Yeah.
Ooh, what weird musical instruments do I want?
I always take viol because I just think
Me too.
Well, and I was going to, but
I always take a viol and a flute.
Yeah, I tend to take viola and flute too.
I'm looking at bagpipes
I also
too.
it's not in there, but I always take a water harp.
I'm taking a bagpipes as well.
College
This is
Whispers
ruined.
bard.
Talked with
You
the
can hear
DM about
miles away.
switching instruments out for artisan tools of different kinds. It's like, what if my bard painter?
Well, yeah, no, and that's why I thought bagpipes would be really funny.
Because you're a cat, they won't be able to tell if you're just yowling or playing the bagpipes.
Yeah.
Oh god.
And also because it's a horror setting. Sometimes bagpipes are scary.
Oh, that was right. He was a tiefling. My College of Whispers bard, so it was a tiefling underneath all of that. So he had horns coming out of his jester thing, but it just looked like part of the costume.
Deception, persuasion,
Where the hell was that character?
survival.
There's someone I follow on YouTube who talks about does a lot of D&D stuff, and they did like a long explanation of a warlock build that I liked, where the character was a great old one warlock and used Mask of Many Faces and the innate telepathy that you get from being
I
Great
love
Old One.
Great Old One Warlock is my favorite warlock.
Yeah, and just combine those two, and it's just like, no one knows what you really look like or sound like or who you are, not even the party.
Yeah. No, that's right. His name was Incubo. Because I
Incubo.
think it's like, what does it means? What does it mean? I think it means something in Italian. I think it's devil in Italian.
Yeah, like devil. Yeah. Yeah, it's incubo.
Yeah, so that was that, and there's a charlatan background, the user manipulator, tiefling of Balzubul.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that was fun. Yeah,
Google tells me incubo is nightmare.
Like nightmare, yeah.
Oh, that's right, nightmare. That's what it is. Thank you.
I was like, I know it's in that general. I mean, it's a cognate, but also I was like, I know it's in that general like horror
also
purview.
Potentially a boogeyman.
Right, that's right, because I chose this specific tiefling because they get Thaumaturgy as a cantrip, and at 3rd level they get Ray of Sickness, and at 5th level they get Crown of Madness. And
Crown of Madness.
He had the actor.
Also, hi,
feat,
Mom.
so he had advantage on deception and performance while trying to pass as another person, and I can mimic another person's speech and creatures if I've heard them for 1 minute, and they have to, and people have to make a check to determine if I faked it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it also gives me +1 charisma.
What kind of feat should I take for this cat?
There's an interesting ones.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I really am a big fan of the telekinetic and telepathic from Tasha's.
Those are really good. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Telekinetic especially.
Just a nice little caveat to have on your character.
Telekinetic is just, especially if you're playing a character mechanically, if your character doesn't have a lot to do with their bonus action, telekinetic is just really handy.
Yeah,
That'll
telekinetic
be fun.
is really nice for those players, especially who are more of the chess brain style players, who really get a kick out of the more strategic combat things. So to just push people into your wall of fire is great.
Yeah, they need a lot. There's a lot of forced movement stuff in Tasha's.
Mm-hmm.
My thing with either of those, it has to be ingrained in, like, I don't take it without it being an ingrained part of that character, and there's got to be a reason for why they have that.
I completely agree with that, because some feats, there just needs to be a story behind it.
Hold place. At 6th level, I can basically play my bagpipes and soothe the party with my bagpipes.
Yeah.
I feel like
Bards.
it's going to be less skewed, and it's more of a shocking them out of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Being controlled by whatever, and you're just, oh god, what?
Additional bard spells, of course.
Bards have a lot of really cool stuff that they can do. They're not, just about, singing or performing.
Bards.
Bards in my home game right now. I have 2 bards. One of them is is more like a less of a performer and more of like an old man who strums his lute on his porch and tells stories. And then the other one is an author who writes like adventure novels.
They are beautiful and a beautiful instrument, Ruin, but I have a feeling that were I to pick up the bagpipes, it would just be a whole lot of noise.
My 2 favorite classes in 5th edition are Bards and Artificers.
Friends!
Because I love options, and I love cool things that you can do outside of combat.
I'm gonna take Friends.
A little warning about Friends. Don't use it on someone you plan on talking to for a while.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I think my favorite classes, obviously Warlock is my top, and then I love Sorcerers. I love Sorcerers and Wizards, kind of the same for different reasons, but
Wait.
I would have to say I probably love I like Monks a lot.
I like the 2 new monks from Tasha's. Those are really unique and interesting.
I took Vicious Mockery, of course.
Of course.
Oh, always take
course.
Mockery.
Of course.
And then I love specific rogues.
Yeah, completely agreed there. Some of them are...
I just don't really, I don't like the Assassin Rogue. It is really kind of meh.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Assassin or the Thief. I don't think
I like the Thief a lot. I think it can be really interesting.
Arcane Trickster is far and away my favorite.
See,
I have a very soft
Trickster fan.
I have a very soft spot for Soul Knife, just historically.
Hmm.
And having read the Soul Knife, I'm like, oh, this is actually decent. So I'm like, oh, I could definitely play this.
I'm taking Catnap.
Do it, of course.
Catnap is a great spell.
I'm a cat.
Especially if you have a Warlock in your party.
My favorite is the
do.
Inquisitive Rogue. That's my favorite rogue.
Inquisitive is really good.
Yeah, the tiny hut. Oh, I love the tiny hut. Actually.
Hypnotic Pattern's good.
Hypnotic Pattern is
Fear is also a great spell.
Mm-hmm. Glyph of Warding, while expensive, is one of my favorite spells.
Like, Hypnotic Pattern is arguably too good of a spell.
Oh, yeah. I Hypnotic Pattern the 5 or 6 guys over there, and then the wizard just fireballs them. Oh, now you're all dead.
Oh, not even that. Like, we have cut encounters in half with Hypnotic Pattern in my main game.
I forgot about Stinking Cloud.
Yep.
It's just so funny to me. It is a cloud of stink.
I feel like your drunken master monk should have that inherently.
I know. Oh, she doesn't. I'd have to look.
Multi-class. Yeah.
Oh my god, multi-class. Be a monk and a bard. Actually.
Just to get Stinking Cloud.
Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, I have 1 of 9 spells.
I always love sending, just because I love to bother people.
I'm annoyed that Bard got none
especially
of
your DM.
Yeah.
They had Summon Fate in the playtest when they took it away.
Because it lets you send a message to somebody across the entire planet. If you want to hear from random NPCs you've never heard from for sessions and make your DM spin like a plate on the end of a stick, just sending random people.
Oh, not sending.
Like
Yeah. I mean, sending's a great spell to have. I was talking about how I was annoyed that bards don't have any of the new summoning spells. I actually did use because it was before Tasha's came out, and my bard in that one shot with Kaylee did use Summon Fae specifically to get a message back to his patron in the Feywild. Like, I summon this red cap, I explain what we're doing in the situation, then I end the spell. It's like, go tell the boss.
I'm gonna take Feign Death because it's always funny to me. Cat, play dead. Alright, so 3 more. I think I'll take Silence. Always good.
I love Suggestion so much.
Suggestion seems cool too.
Suggestion's great. Bards also get Fairy Fire, although you're a cat, that could be a problem. You might cast Fairy Fire and distract yourself.
Yeah. I have a feeling I would go pretty cat-like for this cat, you know? Like, really lean into it.
Okay, look at Enhance Ability.
Yeah.
And look at what... It has something called Cat's Grace. I'm just saying.
That's true. That's true.
There's someone I follow on TikTok who does a bunch of different stuff for her TikToks, but one is that she cosplays her Tabaxi character and reacts to cat videos.
Oh my god.
And it's adorable and hilarious.
Oh, bless. Oh, Crown of Madness. I want to take that. Just because that seems fun. Sometimes you just take things because they're fun.
That
Absolutely.
one can mess with things.
I'm very much a person who's like, this sounds like it would be hell for my DM. Take it.
Tasha City's Laughter. Come on in.
Great spell.
My go-to level 1 bard spells are Hideous Laughter, Dissonant Whispers, and Fairy Fire, basically.
Oh my god, I remember I took, with my Arcane Trickster Rogue, I took Color Spray as a spite spell once, because one of our Warlock was doing some really cool, like, the color out of space stuff with their Eldritch Blast spell. And so
nice.
I took Color Spray because I was like, I want to make pretty colors. And, yeah. That's that whole story. I made a spite character once, and I took a spite spell once.
I love it. Well, I have to go and continue doing what I was doing with today, but have fun building your characters.
Bye, Alex. Thanks for dropping
Later,
in.
Alex.
Good seeing
Bye,
you.
Alex.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Oh god, as I just kick my whole desk on his way out.
Well, On that note, I also have to leave because I have to play D&D in 3 minutes.
Oh my god, go! Get out of here! No, you know what I mean.
I mean, I'm sure he's just going into a different Discord channel.
Oh, of course. Well, and I mean, I just have to pick 2 more spells and then I was ending stream. But, Killing, thank you for dropping in.
Absolutely. I'm always willing to talk D&D with anybody ever.
Of course. Goony
Later.
Bones, thank you for the follow. Bye, Killing.
Bye, Killing.
Yeah, alright, you two. Let's pick 2 more spells and then get out of here.
Power spray is definitely power.
Okay, so hear me out. Dissonant Whispers.
Oh, yeah.
Just a cat going.
Yeah. Oh, that's an easy click. Oh my god. That little emote's real cute.
It's like, it's like the opposite of for a cat.
It is. It's just oh wait, I could do a cat hiss, but Dwight's he's asleep in here. Oh look. Hold on. We haven't had a check-in in a minute, and wait, he's still blurry. Camera, please.
But he got out from under the covers.
He was too warm. Oh my god. Hi, Flying Dolphin Boy. Thank you for 5 months. Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. We're nearly done. We just have to pick one more spell. And I think also color spray could be kind of fun though. Cause cat spray.
I mean, when you were talking about the tiny hut, I was like, "Oh, you're making a litter box."
Oh my god! Wait, and I did take tiny hut too, didn't I? Didn't I do it?
On the level spells, I believe so.
No, I didn't. Okay, I'll do the tiny hut. But I feel like that's too many level 3 spells. I already have what?
True. I mean, yeah, you want to have a balanced range of spells.
Yeah, I should take one more level 1. I mean, look, I can change stuff around if I want to.
I mean, you can always just take Charm Person, and because
did I take Friend though? Let me look. I did take Friends. Hey, no.
Friends, so that you can you cozy up to someone for a minute and then
pounce,
claw them.
Yes.
Because you're Ghost.
Well, you could take Command because cats rule.
Command is a good point.
For Command, I think you have to. Okay, it's on there. I was going to say I think you need to turn on the optional features, but you already did.
Grovel. That's okay, yeah. Yeah.
Obey your cat master.
Obey cat master. All right, so now I'll just do point by again. So we're doing a bard. So we're going Alana Charisma.
Yep.
I mean, I'll just go ahead and plop some. Wait, no, not intelligence wasn't what I was looking at. I'm looking at what I'm feeling like. Oh my god, hi baby magic. Absolutely, I will give treats to my pet.
Probably dexterity.
Yeah, I'm gonna go decently high on wisdom and like dexterity. I mean, okay, yeah, let's just keep the points going over here. Okay. Strength. Great. I did it. Also, hi baby magic. Okay, cool. That's loosely a character. We need a background real quick. And I mean, I'm always fine with like criminal spy for I feel like I'm just making a stereotypical Skyrim Khajiit now. But let me think about it while I give treats to my pets. Oh my god, Dwight heard the word. He knows what's up. He knows what time it is. Hi. You want a treat? You want a treat? Where's treats? No, Jimmy. No, Jimmy. Alright, no tricks today, only treats. Only treats. And now I can hear all of you again. Hello.
Welcome back.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
It's okay.
Oh,
We weren't saying anything.
That's okay.
We
Sorry.
were just waiting and watching.
It's baby time. What is this, Halloween? No. I just wanted to put my witch hat on and make D&D characters.
Baby magic. This is just what Jordan dresses like.
This is, well, baby knows. Baby's seen me out in the world before. She's quite well aware of all of the strange black clothing I have hidden in the depths of my closet. So we've got Criminal Spy. I kind of like Charlatan. It's kind of fun. Also because it's like, I feel like this cat has taken a lot of like power of suggestion spells and what have you. So that could be really funny. Why don't I take performance as a random skill? They may be a Bard of Whispers, but so it goes. And then I'll do equipment later. So again, the AC is not gonna look the way it's supposed to be. But wow, we got a cat. And when I roll persuasion, I'm pretty much guaranteed a 20.
Yeah. There's actually another bard subclass that would straight up guarantee you a 20.
Like,
Earth of Eloquence.
That's the first time.
Or College of Eloquence. It's pretty new. Like, it's originally from the Theros book, which is a Magic the Gathering setting for D&D. And it was reprinted in Tasha's.
My dice gave me like a little special blizzard when I rolled a nat 20.
Well, at third level, one of the things College of Eloquence gets is that if you ever roll below a 10 on Persuasion or Deception, it's considered that you rolled a 10.
Huh. I love that.
Which, when combined with expertise, is like, I'm just very, very good at those skills.
Okay, let's see. Well, I think I got what I need to get, you know. I set out what I accomplished to do today. I half made. So we have a replacement for if my girl Leah dies, which she never will. She's never gonna die because she's a big tank, sort of, on accident. But just in case, we have a Tabaxi College of Whispers bard that's ready to step in for her. And then for potential other campaign that may or may not happen, I have a Circle of Wildfire half-elf drow druid and an artificer alchemist, lizard folk kitchen witch.
The bard can claw people in their brain.
In there, yeah! Whack. I love it. Yeah, now that I've made a backup, she'll never die. Well, she was never going to die, Ruin. Never ever. Just like how Dwight and Jim, they're gonna live forever. I got jokes. But anyway, PG Kodoroku, I'm gonna hop out and find somebody to raid. Because I'm gonna go, I don't know, make dinner or something. It's 5 o'clock.
Alec, Ash, and Vince are streaming Arcane Kitchen right now.
Are they still going?
Yeah, they are.
Okay. I'll go see what's up with that. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna hop out of the call. Thank you guys for hanging out.
No problem, I had a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. Bye.
Bye.
Alright, let's go to Arcane Kitchen, shall we? Let me get my bookmarks tab back real quick just so I can double check. Because I want to see if they're like almost done. I don't think they are.
But it's a lot of fun.
Oh, they're washing things, I think. Hold please.
Ugh, okay.
But yeah, we'll go see him. Oh, he just put the salmon in? Okay, so we're fine.
God. I do like that.
Let's go see him. Alright.
Alright, we're gonna simmer some water?
Okay, everybody. So just so you know, tomorrow we're gonna do community games day again. We'll probably start Codenames, but then maybe move to Jackbox. I haven't decided. I don't know. But anyway, Thank you all for hanging out. I know this is not typically the stream that I do, but it was a really fun time. And so also especially thank you to everyone who hopped in. Let's go see Ash and Vince. They're making some good food. And let's have some good times over there. See you all tomorrow. Bye.